The old man sheds his skin once every 300 years. Each time he does, his cultivation improves. Over 3,000 years, he shed his skin 9 times in total, and finally became the only immortal in the world. But when he looked around, he realized it wasn't the Kunlun mountain he knew, so he touched his forehead to recall his memory. Turns out 3 years ago, Kunlun was turned into a tourist attraction, and because he was in seclusion sealing his soul, he lost his consciousness. The construction workers had no idea, and mistook him for Tony's great-grandfather, so they delivered him straight to Tony. Tony didn't kick him out. Instead, he took care of him every day, and even played with him like a pet. Thanks to that care, the old man made it through a crucial stage of cultivation, without wasting 3,000 years of effort. As he remembered all this, he felt a wave of warmth in his heart. Just then Tony called him for dinner. He walked over and called Tony grandson. Tony saw the rattle in his hand, and gently told him to eat first then play. While Tony was wiping his hands, the old man suddenly said, "Thanks for taking care of me all these years." Tony froze. He looked at the old man in disbelief. Then the old man slowly revealed that he had regained his clarity. Tony was so excited he wanted to cook 2 more dishes to celebrate, but the old man stopped him. He said he wanted to move into a better house. Tony looked troubled, and admitted he hadn't saved much money over the years. The old man immediately understood. Tony had quit his job to take care of him, and was now surviving by delivering food every day. So he told Tony not to worry about money, said he'd been rewarded by the emperor in the previous dynasty, and owned several courtyard houses. Tony thought the old man was still confused, and urged him to eat properly, but the old man raised his hand. A wooden box appeared in it. Tony opened it and was shocked to see actual property deeds. Half skeptical, he quickly called a friend to confirm. On the other end, the campus bell picked up, and immediately asked if Tony had decided to become her assistant. Tony awkwardly declined, then mentioned the deeds. At first glance, the campus bell recognized them. Not just courtyard house deeds, but the deed to a royal estate. Over 60,000 square meters, built by the water, with the layout as exquisite as a Jiangnan garden. But then she said something that killed Tony's excitement. The estate had long been turned into a public park. Even if the deed was real, it was no longer valid. Tony couldn't hide his disappointment, but the old man told him not to worry, and said he had antiques stored in a bank. Selling them should bring in some money. Tony was stunned. He didn't expect the old man to have savings. They quickly went to the bank. While Tony was on the phone, the old man looked around at the modern equipment, and sighed at how good the times were now. Just then the campus belle got out of a luxury car, and handed the old man a hat. Then she asked him how much his antiques were worth. The old man calmly replied, "Just a few million silver dollars." Tony immediately started calculating, while the campus belle was shocked, saying that converted to several $100 million today. She teased Tony for being a hidden rich heir, but Tony didn't believe it, thinking the old man still wasn't fully recovered, and said at most they'd be worth a few hundred silver dollars. The old man didn't argue. The campus belle said even a few hundred silver dollars was a lot, then took them into the bank. Tony looked around in confusion, wondering why the bank looked like an antique shop. The campus belle explained, this bank started as a pawn shop. Many antiques were never reclaimed, so they were displayed on the first floor. To retrieve stored antiques, they had to go to the second floor. A staff member came over, recognized the campus belle as a regular. Before the campus belle could answer,